Hello and welcome back to the Vigotel presents Allied Bank Tri-Nation Series. It's Pakistan versus New Zealand, the first game here at the Gaddafi Stadium, and what a total has New Zealand put up, a mammoth 330 for 6 in their 50 overs, with Phillips getting his first ODI 100. Well, they've got the momentum on their side. They've scored 84 in the last 5, 123 in the last 10. And what an expensive over that was, the last one. 25 runnings coming off it. So Pakistan fast bowlers especially were taken to the cleaners. Now it's time for them to defend this. Vern Palander alongside me. It's been impressive how they've
Afridi took to the short of Glenn Phillips. 106 of just 74 deliveries meant that he put his team in a commanding position at the halfway stage of this first ODI between Pakistan and New Zealand. Oh, there's a look at his wagon wheel. Sixes galore, and he gets them all around the park. 7 maximums in that innings of 106 from Glenn Phillips this evening.
There you go, Glenn Phillips, top scorers in ODIs, and here he is, 106 not out today versus Pakistan. His previous best was 72 at the Oval. So it just tells you modern day cricket in ODIs, the sides that know how to go about those 50 overs, exactly target those last 10 overs. They set up a nice strong foundation and then they launch themselves. Fakhar Zaman making a comeback into the Pakistan 11 for the ODIs. He's the man who they'll be looking at to give them a brisk start. With him, he ever flexible. Babar Azam, who's shifted his numbers, and the question that was being asked, who will open for Pakistan in the absence of Saim Ayub? Well, Babar Azam is the answer with those great numbers. An average of 56. Look at those 50s and hundreds in the format. And he's just recently not been in great touch, but batters of his caliber, they need one outing.
Yeah, the GOAT, Babar Azam. You talk about not having great numbers. I tell you what, I'll take them any day. Sikandar to open the bowling for New Zealand. It will be Matt Henry, entrusted with his new ball. 150 wickets at a touch under 25 and a half apiece. 2 fifers, best of 5 for 30. Yeah, I think this power play will be key for either team. Of course, Pakistan will have to get off to a good start with bat in hand. And New Zealand might just eye it as a window of opportunity to have a couple of early strikes and to really put them behind the 8 ball. Well, during the interval, a couple of players being inducted into the Pakistan Cricket Board Hall of Fame. And there's 2 legendary figures, Zaman and Misbah-ul-Haq. Brilliant servants of the game, and that is a wonderful recognition by the PCB chairman.
Yeah, they walked around the Gaddafi Stadium. His last game in Zaman-ul-Haq was at this ground. 2 legends of the game, of course, 2 captains across formats. They made a name for themselves, and this was during the innings break, holding the ICC Champions Trophy for this year in their hands as Pakistan is the host. Great moment, and all due to their achievement for the country. Time for us to now focus on this chase. 331 to win. And the kind of surface that's out there, I'm pretty sure if you get yourself in, you've got runs against your name pretty much waiting for you. The 2 new balls. Henry's not going to make it any easier. He's quick, he's accurate, he's got all the experience, and he's all set to bowl over the wicket to the left-handed Fakhar Zaman with a slip in position.
Yeah, a bit of movement straight away for Henry. Maybe a bit too much with his new ball. Starting off with a wide, but like you said, the importance for Pakistan is to get two batters in. It certainly strikes me as a surface that once you're in, you're not going to stop or contain any batters with ball in hand from a bowler's perspective. So the start will be key. Yeah, New Zealand winning the toss, electing to bat. Well, they find it going tough at the top, but Williamson, Mitchell, Phillips. No! Those were the names that had other ideas on the surface this afternoon for New Zealand and propelled New Zealand to a magnificent score of 330 for 6. Well, if you watch the game, the first 40 overs, one would never say they'll get to 300. But an excellent acceleration from Phillips towards the back meant that his team is in a commanding position at the halfway stage of this game.
Yeah, you feel it's going pitching outside leg. Also the height maybe, as Vernon suggests. Now, can he convince his captain?
Yeah, he has the wonderful ability of swinging the ball back at the left-hander, and the consultation would be height. Yes, he sent it upstairs.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. Original on-field decision is not out. Check the feet placement, and it's a fair delivery. Can I have a look at front on, please? Okay, just rock that back. Okay, passes close to the inside edge. Can we have a look at ultra edge, please? Okay, we've got a clear gap between bat and ball, all the way through into the pad. Okay, let's have a look at ball tracking when ready, please. Okay, pitching outside leg. We'll go back to Michael on field to stay with his original decision of not out. You're on screen now, Michael, please signal.
Never heard a louder roar on a ball that pitches outside leg. But New Zealand have lost a review here. Fakhar Zaman stays, the ball is pitched outside leg, so everything else becomes irrelevant.
Yeah, I have to say, excellent umpiring. The umpiring has been brilliant throughout this game so far. Michael Goff getting it right on this occasion.
Well, meanwhile, just to take you back in how we spoke about Mitchell and having a very good record against Pakistan, Fakhar Zaman has a very good record against New Zealand. You remember that last outing on this rain-reduced game against New Zealand in the World Cup in Bangalore? He smashed the living daylights out of the bowlers. I mean, he's played 17 innings and he's scored almost 1,000 runs in that, 959. He's got an average of 68.5 against New Zealand. Fakhar Zaman, the only thing to look out for, and something that New Zealand bowlers would like to cash out on, is his return. He's been away from this 11 for a bit, so just not to allow him to get his eye in. Once he does, then it's bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, I think as players you do have those reference points which you just mentioned. If you've done well against a certain team, every now and again all you need is that team back to get the confidence going. Yeah, that's a dangerous shot to be playing at the top of the order, but he's a dangerous player, Fakhar Zaman. Once he gets going, he's certainly a player that can take the game away from you, and Pakistan will be hopeful that he can get in this evening. We have another look at the LBW appeal. Sikandar He called it from on top here. Pitch outside leg. Review lost for New Zealand. Yeah, I told you so, the captain say.
Runs off the bat. Fakhar gets off the mark. And Pakistan move to 2, brings in Babar Azam on strike.
Yeah, there's a massive cheer around the ground for Babar Azam. Oh, I want to pick your brain a little later, because there's a little incident that happened to Babar Azam recently. But hopefully he can get his mind off that and focus on the cricket at hand, because there's a massive responsibility weighing on his shoulders. But with all great players comes the way of expectation.
Done with the first over, 2 for no loss.
मैच की फिक्र छोड़ो और अभी फिक्र फ्री ऐप डाउनलोड करो।
Yeah, we talk about reference points. Pakistan versus Australia, 349 being the highest run chase at this venue. And one of those players are finding himself at the crease, having scored 100 in that fixture, Babar Azam. So he'll feel that if he can get in this evening, that he can really bet and get the others to go alongside him. ORourke, he'll be taking the new ball for New Zealand this evening.
Yeah, 349 where Babar scored 100. That's that last delivery. But Babar is opening for Pakistan after a decade in ODIs. 2015 was the last time he opened for Pakistan. But it's not that many games he's opened. I think 3, right? 3. This is the 3rd time he's opening. That's a completely separate thing that he's come at number 3 in the first over.
Yeah, and I like the idea, given the conditions as well. If you say you're playing in South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, where the ball's moving around, and you could lose a wicket early on, it would perhaps be a little bit of a danger for him to open the batting. But given conditions in the subcontinent, I think it's a wonderful position. You want your best players to be facing the bulk of the balls, and why not get him in early? Because we all know he's a classy player. Yeah. That graphic suggests that number 3 is his position.
I just saw the graphic. There's nothing at 1 and 2. This is a building missing there.
I know what you're getting at, but that graphic suggests his career record over various different conditions. Dangerous run, had he hit, I think he was gone for all money. Yeah, and that's why Mitchell Santner got so excited. He knew it as a batter. You knew in the back of your mind that you haven't covered the ground.
Shot. That's Babar Azam for you. It's a work of art. The man, when he plays that cover drive or square drive, just looks absolutely amazing.
And this is why I'm such a massive fan of sending him up the order, especially in these kind of conditions, because he plays shots like this. The class of Babar Azam in full command of that drive shot. He even had time to open up the blade to get that gap that he was after just in front of point.
You're coming back to the highest successful chases, and you talk about big numbers being chased down. It's not an everyday feature. And we're just looking at that. If you notice the year, 2022 was the last time, 349, 24 years later. Back in 1998, 316 was chased. This is all about Gaddafi Stadium, by the way, on this ground. So it has to happen. It's going to be a special occasion. And the advantage a side has while chasing is they can work it out how they want to chase it in 50 overs. Not necessary that they'll have to go all guns blazing in the last 10. 2 gone, 7 for Lolos.
मैच की फिक्र छोड़ो और अभी फिक्र फ्री ऐप डाउनलोड करो।
Yeah, fantastic reference points for Pakistan. The latest, 349 in the year 2022, so not too far along from now. But Sikandar, I want to pick your brain on a little incident happened to Babar Azam recently. He's lost his phone. He's reached out to all his ex-fans that he'll get back to them as soon as possible. Now, if you are on the other side of this listening to us, we'd like you to return that phone to Babar Azam before the Champions Trophy, please.
Well, he'll get back to his fans, or someone else is already getting back to his fans on his behalf.
Yeah, it's a horrible feeling, let alone being an international superstar at this level. To lose your phone and to lose all your contacts. But we wish him well in the recovery of either his phone.
I wouldn't be worried about my contacts. If I lose my phone, there are other things to worry about.
What you're trying to say is that there were some of them that you were long trying to get rid of anyway.
Well, it's really, even if you forget your phone at home, you feel like your arm is chopped off. It's become a part of your body. It's an extension of your arm. Now, we've been talking about Fakhar Zaman here, Vernon, and we talk about how dangerous he is and what he can do, how he likes playing against New Zealand. He's also part of another list of some very able batters, and that is about getting to 3,000 plus runs in ODIs with an average of 45 plus and a strike rate of 90 plus, and he's one of them, along with the likes of Rohit Sharma, David Warner, Quinton de Kock and Shane Watson. I'm talking about the openers, look at that. He's very strong in that zone. A little width provided to him and he'll offer that horizontal bat and he'll smash it through.
And this is what makes him such a dangerous player at the top of the order. Because as a bowler, if you're going to offer up any whiff, you know what's coming. He's trying to go across him, Matt Henry, but that's too much whiff, and he's a strong fella. He powered that through that offside region. Like you said, he has the habit of scoring big once he gets going. And very often the game requires to be a little bit patient with these kind of guys. They play an expensive brand of cricket. And from time to time, you are going to go through a bit of a dip. But he's certainly a match winner at the top of the order for Pakistan. I remember a game in the Wanderers in South Africa where he took the sword to the South Africans and almost played a lone hand. Well, there's openers with 3,000 plus runs and an average of 45 and a strike rate of 90. Fakhar Zaman, 81 innings, 3,000. He's nearing 3,500 runs with an average of 46.5. But look at that strike rate, 93. He's a dangerous player. I'm going to say it again, he's going to win you more games than not.
You see, look at the two batters, Fakhar Zaman and Babar Azam, how different they are in their own approaches. I mean, Babar is very textbook, caresses everything, and he's brute force, smashes everything, and works for him. At that list again of openers with 3,000 plus runs, and to be part of that list is pretty cool.
Yeah, you talk about the contrast in approach from these two batters. But this is the beauty of this format, isn't it? Babar, in many ways, an accumulator. Whereas Fakhar is more go-getter. And you need to find a balance, even in partnerships. So, as much as Fakhar is going to go after it, you need a solid stature of a Babar Azam to really cement the innings and almost give the bowlers no hope of getting him out. And that's how you complement each other in a partnership as well from batting perspective.
Nicely done. Wrist work there. Should be a boundary to end the over. Fakhar Zaman gets 4. Pakistan move to 17 for no loss.
मैच की फिक्र छोड़ो और अभी फिक्र फ्री ऐप डाउनलोड करो।
Good shot to find a fielder.
Yeah, it's so tough as a bowler, because if you're in line, you're going to fetch. If you bowl too straight, you're going to fetch. Margin for error minimal on this surface. Excellent from Fakhar Zaman, taking full advantage on a straight delivery from Matt Henry on that occasion.
Ooh, some bounce, some room. And just got Babar Azam interested there. Yeah, you look at Fakhar Zaman's shot, that particular shot was very unlike him. Wristy, and worked it nicely from in front of the stumps. He almost comes across as a batter who eliminates the conditions and then just relies on good hand-eye coordination and just smashes everything. Calls for 2. Will he come back? No. It was Fakhar Zaman who was not interested, and rightly so.
Yeah, we talk about finding a balance in your game, and I wonder if Fakhar Zaman has perhaps gone away, especially after being left out, and said to himself, you know what, I need to approach this a little differently, because he's a massive or big boundary hitter in the power play. So he might have said to himself, I might have to work on my rotational game in the power play as well.
It's almost dinner time. Your official food partner, Kentucky Fried Chicken, is part of this.
Yeah, it's a change of approach by ORourke. Last delivery coming around the wicket to Fakhar Zaman. And just tucked around the corner for a single. And it's so important. We talk about momentum in a partnership, but rotation and just get off strike is of paramount importance as well. Sometimes when you get into that boundary mode, you hit fielders and you just don't get off strike. So to find the balance between attack and rotation is vitally important, especially at the top of the order, because you can get into a rhythm where you just hit fielders all the time, And that leads to a frustration building up in yourself as well as your partner on the other side. And I think we've seen a little bit of that earlier when New Zealand were batting. They couldn't pierce the field, but they kept on going with hard hands. And then they lost 2 quick wickets in succession because of that. Yeah, this is ORourke around the wicket a little with the previous over. But look at his speeds. First one 131, then he cranked it up to 142. So he certainly has the ability to crank it up. Yeah, he's got a wonderful action and he's got good balance and control at the crease. But as a batter, you don't mind the ball coming onto you at this surface.
Good connection for nothing. It's 20 for no loss after 4.
मैच की फिक्र छोड़ो और अभी फिक्र फ्री ऐप डाउनलोड करो।
Yeah, a little earlier, New Zealand winning the toss, 330. That's what they got to. An excellent innings from Phillips. Well, it was really built on the foundation that Williamson and Mitchell has created. Afridi, he took some tapping in his last 2 overs. 3 for 88. Babar, it's been magnificent. 2 for 41. Harris Ralph, 1 for 23, and then leaving the ground with an injury. And in pursuit, Pakistan 20 for none after 4 overs, needing a further 311 of 46 overs. Yeah, and I get the feeling that the change of angle is to cram him up. They feel by operating over the wicket, they could go across him and opening up and gave him some width. On this occasion, back into him. You can see how he's trying to generate his own width. Fakhar Zaman also changing the field. Fine leg is deep fine leg is up. Square leg is back for that particular ball, but he's hit it so well in front of square. He's going to pick up a couple. He wanted it, but Babar Azam decided against it.
Yes, very tough, isn't it? Curb your natural desire of going after the batting. Though you're coming back after a bit of a break, as a batter, you want to set yourself in. But Fakhar is someone who probably feels that he's in as soon as he gets some runs against his name. And that's probably true. It's just about understanding your roles. Babar will look to bat long. Fakhar will look to give them a brisk start. Maybe stay there with 10, 15 overs and get a quick fire. Maybe look to get to 100 in terms of a team score. Somewhere around 15th over or something. Just go session-wise in power plays. The only thing is the 2 openers right now are both searching for runs. One has just come out of the test series, a tough test series with tough conditions, favouring spin bowling, and he's been away due to injury. So both of them trying to find their bearings.
And I think you look at the 2 different caliber of players at hand here. Fakhar Zaman is certainly going to be that player that's going to try and maximise the power plays. Whilst there's only 2 fielders out, he's going to come after the bowling. And you want to allow and afford a player like that to really maximise his ability in the power play. Babar Azam, yeah, he's class. He's going to look to rotate, strike, and he's going to be that player to play that long innings for you. And it's about complementing each other. It's about finding one another. There is one thing that you can't substitute, and that is form. No matter the format, as a player, you know exactly when you are a little bit off your peak. And you get a feeling that both these players, like you say, they're just searching a little bit. You play differently when you're not searching, when you know you're on top of your game, because then you trust your ability and your capabilities. Yeah, it's an excellent over for New Zealand. 21 for none after 5.
मैच की फिक्र छोड़ो और अभी फिक्र फ्री ऐप डाउनलोड करो।
Shot straight over the baller's head. You're a baller, you don't like that when somebody hits you back over your head for a boundary.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether you're making mention to me or to the actual bowler ORourke, but once you can access that zone, trust me, he's going to take full advantage. He has that massive swing of the blade, and this is exactly what he's after. That's in the zone of Fakhar Zaman, and